is up, you corners? It is me, your host, once again, Jeremiah Duncan. Welcome back to the channel. Today's review I got for you is a 1988 staple. A lot of people love this film. I'm talking about the 1988 Pulse. This is PG-13, runs for an hour and 31 minutes. If you aren't familiar with this one, because guess what? There's like a gajillion Pulse movies out there. Let's get you connected with this one. It traps you in your own house and then pulls the plug. In today's world of modern conveniences, everything we rely on is run by electricity. But what happens if the power we take for granted turns against us? Old man Holger knows. He claims electricity is a living presence whose voice can only be silenced by getting rid of anything that can hear it. Bill Rockland, however, refuses to believe him. It must have been an accident when an electric spark ruptured the gas pipe that nearly killed Bill's son. And it's surely a coincidence when his wife is severely scalded by their electric water heater. But when his own power tools attack him and an electrical fire turns their home into a blazing inferno, Bill realizes Holger may have been right after all, and perhaps the time has come to finally pull the plug. So, yay, 80s films. I love them, and they are fantastic. They're always fun. The one thing that is wild about this movie, because it is from 88, you will not believe the young man in this. It's Joey Lawrence, of course, from Blossom fame, and he is so young in here, and he does great as the young kid that's talked about. And again, this movie is not to be confused with the gazillion other Pulse movies. This, I'm pretty sure, is one of the original ones called Pulse, and the story is pretty good, the acting is good, cinematography is good. Now, I will say this is probably a step above Goosebumps. Okay, Goosebumps are enjoyable. We love them. They're scary, but not too scary. I mean, it is PG-13, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it feels like a Goosebumps story to where the electricity is attacking. But to me, that is the scariest part, because you have something that you can't see, you can't control, that is attacking you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, seriously, other than live off the grid. I don't know. So it does also feature Cliff DeYoung, who was in The Craft. He was also in The Hunger. And of course, like I said, Joey Lawrence, who is, of course, Blossom. And Rest Stop, if you haven't seen that movie. It's kind of wild to see him in a horror film. And let's give a shout out to Roxanne Hart, who was the hot mom in this, because she was just beautiful. She was also in Highlander, and I enjoyed this film, man. I think it's a good film. It's a fun watch, especially if you have kids or ones that you want to bring them into the horror genre. It's a fun one. I think there's only one death in this, and it's actually off camera, so you don't even see it. It's a fun movie. It's not great, so don't get me wrong. It's not. I'm not mad I watched it. I do want it in the collection, but that's why I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. $6 million budget, only grossed like $40K, so that tells you something. But yikes, they lost their money. But check it out, Pulse, 5 out of 10, 1988. If you've seen it, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit the death bell for notifications. Appreciate y'all.